You're not becoming the person you want to be. You're becoming the person that your habits are creating. And most people don't even realize that it's happening to them. Everyone talks about becoming the best version of themselves. But if you actually look deeply into their daily habits, it doesn't align with the person that they're trying to become. See, most people live their life with no structure and most of the time with just no routine at all. And if you look closely in terms of how they live in their day to day life, it's just based off just random routines. There's no structure into their day that they live in every single day. And they're just doing whatever feels easiest to them. And this has got a lot to do with human psychology and human behavior. The way we operate as humans, we always tend to go for the things that are easiest. But these easier things aren't actually getting us towards the goals and the best version of ourselves. So the key problem here is that they want better lives, but then don't live better. So wanting better and living better takes it like a dream and a reality. Their dreams always consist of becoming the best version of themselves, but their reality lives life completely different. And you have to look at the root problem to what is causing this separation. And it all comes down to habits. It all comes down to the habits that you do every single day. You don't become what you want, you become what you repeat every single day. And what you repeat follows to habits. Habits is what you repeat every single day. Habits is what is the things that you do every single day where your mind doesn't require the same energy to be able to execute that habit. It's like brushing your teeth. When you brush your teeth, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to mentally fight your brain to brush your teeth. It's because you've done it so many times. See, our brains are wired for efficiency, and our brain will always do what's easiest, always do what's more comfortable. So when we talk about habits, our brain operates on repetition. So when something is repeated, your brain becomes familiar with the specific thing. Habit has to be repeated enough times for our brains to feel that it's easy to execute this habit. And what creates this? How can you get there? Is by repeating what you want daily. Your brain will always avoid effort and it will always seek comfort instead, because this comfort is in the zone where your brain doesn't have to then operate at a higher level in order to execute that. So from this we understand that habits create automatic behavior, and the less you think, the easier it is for your brain to operate that. So going back to this example, I love using gym as an example because it's so relatable. But the person that goes to the gym and consistently goes to the gym, after a while doesn't have to fight as hard as they do when they first started their journey at the gym. So the more they go, the more they repeat going to the gym every single day with, let's say, no break, the easier it is for your brain to then accept it and not having to fight for it. So less thinking will equal to more efficiency and more repeated habits. Is a repeated action that we do every single day, which gets us to where we need to go. Our aim is to build so many good habits. So ask yourself the question, what would the best version of me do? If I had to become the best version of me, what would my day look like? What would my structure look like? Where would my time go? When you ask yourself these questions, your brain goes into a mode to think, what should I be doing every single day that's going to get me towards where I want to go? If it's, I want a specific job, what are you doing every single day to apply for that role, to get there, to get as much interviews? If it's something, let's say I want a degree or something, am I working every single day to work towards that? Because these repeated habits that I'm doing every single day will determine the results that I get at the end of it. And the same is with success. So the more you do it, the more you repeat of what gets you closer to your goals, the closer you're going to get to your goal. So every single day that you don't do anything with your life is a day that you've basically wasted, because that day did not consist of you getting closer to your goals. Fight yourself, you have to push yourself, but after, things become easier. Your brain accepts that this is your new identity. It rewired your brain. It creates new neural pathways to where now this thing that you're doing, executing every single day, becomes easier. The input of what you're putting inside your brain determines the output. So if this is vice versa as well. So if you're putting bad things into your brain, as in if you're scrolling, if you've got an addiction to something, right? Addiction most likely is a repeatable habit. After a while, after repeatedly not doing this, it also leads to your brain not requiring that or looking for that. One thing I always like to remind myself is that you don't just wake up one day and become the best version of yourself. In order to become the best version of yourself, you have to repeat good habits daily, and not just one habit. This could be 4, 5, 6 different habits that you do every single day. Right now, regardless whether you care about building habits or not, you're building some sort of habits into your life, which is resulting into the outcome that you live by today. So it's up to you on where you want to go. Let your life control you or be controlled by the habits. So the real question isn't who are you trying to become. The real question is, what are your daily habits turning your life into? If you want to change your life, look at your daily habits, look at the things that you do daily, and focus on slowly adjusting the bad habits, the things that aren't moving you forward, and start inputting things that do move you forward in life, that in the next 6 months you can look back and see, oh, I've made a massive change into my life. This habit never used to be there. Now it is repeatedly installed in my life. When you've got the software, which is you, and you just need to bring tools into your brain to then help you get to where you want to go. I always say this: repetition over intensity. Stay with the habit, repeat it as much as you can every single day to the point where you do it without actually having to think about it. Small habits done daily changes everything. And this is exactly why I started building my app, my habits tracker app, to be able to help other people, because I know the impact that it's had on my life. And I know that data is everything, and data helps you look at your own stats and see where you're going wrong and how you could improve every single day. I started building LifeWise to become the best version of myself. I wanted to make a tool so powerful. I wanted to build something that was going to help a lot of people chase their goals and chase their dreams. I built this system so people can actually start their journey and become the best version of themselves. So if you're interested and you want to join the community, make sure you click the link in the description for more information. I'm going to leave you guys with this one thing here. Your life doesn't change because you've decided to be better. It changes once your daily habits changes. So look at your daily life, look at your habits that you're repeating every single day, and focus on bettering those habits so you can truly achieve the success that you've always wanted to achieve.